Good evening. We are here live. I haven't been on here in a minute, but I did feel like this was something very important that I wanted to discuss with everybody. Hopefully, you will get something out of it. Feel free to ask questions to kind of move things forward. Drop any questions that you have. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well as YouTube and go back and look at some of our past videos. But tonight, I decided to do this video, and this is for South Carolina residents. If you don't live in the state of South Carolina, then I would recommend that you contact your state housing authority. All of the states have funding in reference to COVID relief funding for mortgage and rental assistance. So how the each state disperses it is up to the housing authority. So contact your state housing if you are not in South Carolina. But since most of the people that are in my sphere of influence are South Carolinians, we're going to talk about the South Carolina Homeowners Rescue Program. I will start off by telling you that it's a great program. I would apply as soon as possible because you do not know when these programs or their funding end. The program is scheduled to end in 2026, but if they run out of funding before then you won't have an opportunity. Also, another thing when you're dealing with government funding, sometimes if they don't have the manpower to actually perform the tasks that need to be done, they'll close off registration, and then they'll open it back up, and they'll close it off, and they'll open it back up. So I would encourage you, while, hey, only 1 gram. Thank you for all your continued support and sharing my videos and everything. But what I want to tell you is that you want to get in on this as soon as possible. The application, I had somebody to do the application on yesterday, and it probably took them all of 30 minutes if you have your information together. But what I did I talked to somebody that is working with the program, and things that I thought may be of interest to you, I asked those questions. So I'm gonna kind of go through those right now. A lot of people in South Carolina live in mobile homes. Well, if you know, the last time we had a recession, it was SC Help, and they were not helping people that lived in mobile homes. Well, guess what? This time they are helping people with mobile homes. It doesn't matter if it's a single wide or double wide. It doesn't matter if you own the land or not. So this is very awesome news that if you don't own the land, then you have to show a mortgage statement, or if it's owner finance, you need to get something from the person who owner financed it to you, and they're acting as the bank. Hey, Miss Gilliam. So what we want you to do is, if you don't own the land, then they're going to ask you for a deed. Well, you won't have a deed because you don't own the land. The mobile home probably still has a car title, a blue title, but if you still owe money on it, of course, you won't have a copy of the title because the lien holder has it. Well, they will take a tax bill because you should be paying property taxes on that mobile home, and that property tax bill should have your name on it, as well as your mortgage statement that you owe. So you can supply those two documents to get your mobile home house payment paid. If you're delinquent, they will bring you current, and they will pay 1 month perspective. So that means they will bring you current, and then they'll pay 1 month ahead. Also, besides having mobile homes, but if you do own your mobile home and you own it's a land home package, then of course the deed will be in your name and you won't have any issues there. So I was just talking basically to people that own the mobile home but not the land. They may have it on a rented lot, but they are the owner of the mobile home. The next thing is that a lot of people are living in estate properties. That means that grandma has died, but did you take it to probate and get grandma's name and transfer it into your name? A lot of people are living in houses where they're paying the mortgage, but they never did probate. They never transferred the property from grandma's name to their name. Well, guess what? As this South Carolina Rescue Program is going to work with you anyway. But you do have to provide documentation. The documentation for them to assist you would be like the will, saying that you are, that they're going to be, that you, if you had done probate, then you would be entitled to the property. Also, if you have probate where like the personal representative documents, if you have where you finished probate, but some people did not do the deed of distribution, guess what? They'll take those documents from probate showing that you are the beneficiary of that estate. You can show the inventory sheet to show that you that property belongs to that person, along with the probate paperwork, even if you have not done the deed of distribution. So even if you living in grandma's house and you are paying the mortgage, you still can get assistance with this program. So again, you don't pay the money back. It's free money from the government. I would encourage you to do it, especially if you are facing a financially difficult, rough time. Some people are still not recovered from the pandemic. Some people are currently unemployed. People are getting laid off. Mortgage companies are laying people off all the time. So I would, and you don't know what this second wave of monkeypox or what the future holds, the upcoming looming recession. So if you need help, don't be ashamed to get help. Another thing I did want to add was that if your house is owner finance, that means that you would rent your house from somebody and they decided, okay, I'm going to sell it to you, but I'm going to do it under owner finance. And they're not the bank, but they're acting as the bank. If you get a statement from them, they will pay the person that you owe on your house. So some people have their house owner finance through a small company or individual. They will pay those people if they give them a statement tell them what you owe and what the monthly payments are. So they will work with owner finance properties. Also, I will take the death certificate as well. So you can provide those documents, upload them. They are having a lot of technical issues with the portal. You must go through the portal for quicker responses. But you can go on their website, and if you're in Lancaster County, and I'm picking this out just because I know a lot of people in Lancaster, and I do a lot of business in Lancaster, that the library has people there. Not only are they doing SC Stay for rentals there, but they're also doing this program. So you look on the website, and they said that they update it every week because the hours and the days fluctuate, because I think it depends on who they have helping them. Because some of these people, I think, maybe volunteers, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But that you can look on the website and they will tell you in which county that they are providing in-person assistance. So you can call on the phone, you can call them on the phone, you can go to one of these centers and they will help you with your documents if you're not good with the computer. So just because you're not good with the computer and you may not have somebody that can assist you, I would encourage you to go to one of these sites and take your documents with you. Not only is this program going to pay your mortgage, they're going to pay utilities and property taxes. That means that if your property is delinquent, if you didn't pay by January the 15th and your property taxes are still due, they will pay your property tax bill. So I would encourage you that if you're about to lose your property for taxes, or grandma's house for taxes, I would highly advise you to send that information in. Even if you can't, because they do want you to be at least 30 days behind on your mortgage. A lot of people are not 30 days behind, but say you were in COVID and they're telling you now you got $20,000 that you owe because you didn't pay your mortgage all of 2020, 2021. They will catch that up. They will pay up to 36 months. That means they will pay up to 3 years of your mortgage unless you cap out. Are there any programs for North Carolina? You need to contact NC Housing, and they had some programs, but like I said, these programs are coming in and out, and they closing these windows of opportunity up. So I would reach out to the North Carolina Housing to find out which programs are active, or if they're closed, to see when they're going to open them back up, or if they're going to open them back up. When these windows of opportunity are open, you have to attack. You have to jump on it. There's no time to waste, no time to lose. So they will pay your utilities. So you don't have to say you living in grandma's house and grandma didn't have a mortgage, but you need some assistance with your water bill, your light bill, your gas bill. Now that we're about to come into winter months, guess what? They will pay those utility bills for you, and that could help you out a lot. So even if you don't do the mortgage assistance part, you can still do the property tax part as well as the utilities. So, but do not deny yourself, because they're constantly changing these programs in order to get more people into the program. So some people are like, well, I'm not past due on my mortgage, Erica. Well, I still will put my stuff in the portal because they may approve your application, because sometimes when they're trying to get rid of funds, they just going through those portals, and we've had that to happen on with SE Stay on the rental thing, where people, they said to be behind, but they still gave people rental assistance that were up to date, and they just paid prospective rent in advance. So do not decline yourself. Allow them and the powers at be to decline you. Also, it says that you have to be 30 days behind. Well, for example, it is July the 5th. July has 31 days. Well, if you don't make your July's payment on July the 30th, you will be 30 days past due. Will you get a late fee with most mortgage places? Yes. This is risky. I'm not giving any financial advice, but I'm just giving out examples. So with that being said, you're at 30 days. Then they said at the time of application, you must be 30 days. So if you upload into their portal on the 30th day, guess what? You are 30 days past due. Then if you decide that you're going to pay your mortgage payment on July 31st, can you do that? Yes. Because it's going to take approximately 45 days just for you to get an approval. They don't notify you. They don't call you up and tell you you're approved. You will get all correspondence through the mail, and you would have to check with your mortgage company to make sure, or to see when they cut your check. They do everything by mail. But as a short recap, if you own a trailer but you don't own the land, you can apply. If your house is owner financed through an individual or a small company, not a bank, you can apply. If your house is not in your name, but it is a probate situation and you got the documentation, you can apply. Do you have to apply for mortgage assistance and utilities? No. You can go after just utilities and property tax, or you can do all three: mortgage payment, utilities, and taxes. You can do all three, or you can pick and choose what you want. Upload your documents. If you're not good with the computer, go on their website, find out where a local office is that will be able to see you in person, and I would encourage you to go see them in person with your documents. You can see the documents online. They're just asking for basic stuff like your mortgage statement, your ID, stuff like that, to verify who you are, because they don't want people out here committing fraud. They have a hotline, and actually they've extended their hours, so call them. There may be a wait, but I would suggest that if you're going to call them with questions, that you call them very early morning, because as the day progresses, a lot of people are calling them on their lunch break or midday once they get to work and get settled. So I would encourage you to take advantage of this program. And like I said, let them deny you. Don't just read the criteria and say, oh, well, this don't apply to me. Because like I told you, we've seen where on SC Stay that they are approving people's applications, and they're trying to get rid of the money. They're doing commercials, they're doing billboards, they're doing everything in their power to get rid of this money so they don't have to give it back to the federal government. So this program needs you just as much as you need the program. Can you pay someone's back taxes and take their property? No. Unless you go through the tax sale process. You can't. Let me give you a disclosure. I've never heard of anybody being able to do that. That means, like, if that means that if I go, your car payment passed, do I go pay your car payment? I can't just come and take your car. And people pay people's taxes for years, and still it does not give them any rights or ownership into that property. The deed is what gives you ownership into that property. So to answer, and that's just, and I mean, you can have exemption to every rule. People go into that. But for the basic generic answer to your question, if you go pay someone's property taxes at the tax bill, no, you don't just own their property. That's why they have the formality of doing a tax sale. And then South Carolina, they have a 1-year redemption period where they can come back and pay the taxes 1 year after it's gone to sale. Yes, at the county building. And if the person is past due, it would be they have a delinquent tax office, which is separate from the regular property taxes, where they just handle delinquencies. So like and share this video. Also, you never know, even if this video doesn't help you, maybe it can help somebody that you know. People, we don't know what storms people are fighting. We don't know what people are going through. So you may, be a blessing to someone by sharing this video. But I do encourage those who can to apply for this program. And like I said, it is about a 45-day approval process. And then it could take up to 3 to 4 months total from start to finish to actually get the funds. And like I said, you can recertify every 12 months, and they will pay up to 3 years of mortgage. And if you can eliminate your mortgage for 3 years, you should be able to get on your feet, do some things, and be able to be comfortable. Not to mention, they are not just paying your mortgage, but they're paying your taxes as well as your utilities. So if you're delinquent on utilities, like a lot of people, I know they carry a balance. They don't pay but the minimum amount that's due with Duke Power. So if you have a rearage with Duke Power where you owe them like $2,000 and you can never let your lights get disconnected, because then you'll owe the entire bill. Well, this is a great opportunity for you to clear out all that back payment that you owe them and start fresh with Duke Power. So I would encourage you to do that, because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't want that 1 month and you do get disconnected, and now Duke Power saying in order to turn it on, we need the payment in full. So I would take advantage of this. Or some people are having lingering gas bills, or they can't afford to get their gas turned back on. This is a great opportunity for you to provide heating sometimes for your family by getting those bills that you have let linger get caught up. I know that, well, in our area, most water departments don't let people linger on with a water bill, but I do know that Duke Power and some of your gas companies will allow people to kind of, accumulate a bill as long as they're paying something on it. So I would definitely use this as an opportunity to get all that arrearage caught up, come up to date, clear you, and then that way, not start running a new tab, but hopefully you can get on track and stay on track, because bad things do happen to good people, and this is a great golden opportunity. I can't express it enough. And if it's like the Bible, read it for yourself. Go on the website, go through the website and check it out. This is not a scam. Yes, it's too good to be true, but it's a part of the pandemic fund. So take advantage of it while you can. Have a great night.